Well, what's going on, everybody? This is Durka from Whataweeb, and we're here to help you figure that question out. Should you pull for Shuten Douji? We'll be doing a summoning versus for that, so look out for that. But I wanted to give you guys a quick review of her, my personal opinion. You guys could feel a different way, but this is how I feel about the unit. It's going to be based off of facts, and then a little bit of bias on my own end. So Shuten Douji, the newest 5-star assassin to grace our presence in Fate Grand Order. Like many of the other 5-star assassins, she is a limited servant, so get her while you can if you do want her. Hopefully we can help you guys decide on that. If you like drunk lolis, I guess, who are actually like thousands of years old and act super seductive, well, Shuten Douji, she's up your alley. She's up my alley. But no, yeah, definitely, she's definitely an interesting personality. She's very playful. You could see some of her conversations with the Kentucky. It's definitely funny. She's a cool character, and I'd love to have her. But let's talk about her card setup just to get this started. So she is a quick arts buster with an arts noble Phantasm. Her quick card hits 4 times, and her art card hits 3 times, with her extra attack hitting 6 times. This is really good because being an assassin, she drops them crit stars like crazy. She's a different kind of assassin. You can kind of compare her to MHX. If you did have to compare her to MHX, she is much better than MHX in my opinion, just for general usage and utility. And she's a lot more consistent and a lot more effective. That one buster card she had only hits once, but being an assassin, you don't usually have 2 buster cards unless you're like King Hassan, but we'll talk about him when he actually comes to global, right? Alright, moving on to her actual skills. Alcoholic Fruit. That's the first skill you get. It's an A rank skill, and there's a 60% chance for her to charm all enemies for 1 turn. This is a constant chance. This does not change as you rank it up, and it's a universal charm. Doesn't matter if they're male, female, beast, whatever. She'll be able to charm anyone. So actually the first good usage of charm. She also reduces defense for 3 turns, starting at 10% I believe, and maxing out at 20% at max level. This skill is pretty okay. It's not the best skill in the world, but it's definitely not bad. It's a decent skill. The chance of charm is alright. It can be clutch, stopping somebody from using their NP or whatever it may be. And the defense drop helps you do a little bit more damage. Nothing too bad, and affects everyone, not just one specific character, which is pretty decent. Moving on, once you get her ascended a little bit, you can unlock Demonic Magic A. This skill is really good. Like, really freaking good. It's pretty much a Charisma A, and increases party's attack for 3 turns, and then increases her own NP damage for 3 turns. I really love this skill. Charisma A, like I said, with the self NP damage boost. Using her in an arts team, you'll probably be able to at least use your NP maybe twice or even 3 times if you got it set up correctly. Nothing to scoff at. 20% attack and a 30% NP damage boost. Nothing to scoff at. A lot of damage right there. Considering her MP hits everybody too. It's awesome. It's just awesome. And then her third skill is Battle Continuation A+. General Guts skill. 1 time, 5 turns. Not really much else to say there. This is kind of the least priority skill you have. You should focus on Demonic Magic, then Alcoholic Fruit, and if you really want to, put some points into this skill, but I think it's a wasted QP. Moving on to her class skills. Alright, so she's got the basic, of course, Presence, Concealment C. Standard, all assassins pretty much come with this skill. It increases her crit star generation, which is pretty good. It's just by 6%, but everything helps. When you're trying to build that NP gauge, trying to get some more crit stars, etc. And then her second skill is Divinity C. It's a small damage boost. It's not bad. It helps her negate, not really negate, but get over her 90% attack modifier for being an assassin. Kind of a double-edged sword, because as we go on into the story, there are going to be a lot of more characters that have increased damage to divine, enemies or servants. But we'll cross that bridge when that happens. As of right now, it's not bad. It's not bad. Alright, as for her noble Phantasm. Senshi Banko, Shimpen Kidoku, Multitude of Colors, Providential Oni Poison. Let me just get this out of the way. She's an assassin with a multi-target noble Phantasm. Literally the only 5-star. I don't even know if we have any that are below that hit multiple targets. And we will not get a 5-star assassin that hits multiple targets for a long time. At least not a good one, at least. Her whole thing, you know, she's an NP-centric character. She's all about getting her MP ready to go and using it because her MP is really good and it throws out debuffs on... It's a lot of debuffs. You got debuff resistance reduction, defense reduction, attack reduction, NP damage reduction, critical attack chance reduction, and even seals their skills for 1 turn. That in itself is really good. Super utility. She also inflicts poison with it too. It's just, wow. It's just, I really can't say anything else about it. It's really good. As you can see, it's playing right now. But speaking of her damage, let's talk about her stats. She has the highest attack of all 5-star assassins in the entire game. Even like right now in JP, she has more attack than any assassin released in JP. That's crazy. She's an angry drunk loli. It's crazy. You know, getting up to about 13,128 when max attacked and grailed. Because like I said before, that 90% attack modifier, it really does help for having a little bit higher attack stat. And her HP stat is the 4th highest of all 5-star assassins. Kind of whatever. And it gets to like a little bit above 14,000 after grailing. And going into a little bit more onto those hidden/detailed stats, her NP charge and attack is very low. But this is because she has 2 arts cards. Semiramis is the only other assassin with a lower NP generation than her, but she has 3 arts cards. They make up for it with their crit rate, and their arts cards. That's why they have to balance them by giving them a lower MP charge on attack. Her star generation and star absorption is pretty good. You know, she's an assassin. It's kind of expected. But once again, that helps negate the whole low NP gain on attack. And then her NP charge and defense is very standard, common throughout all servants. Moving on to craft essences. This is how we're going to talk about how you can get, in my opinion, the most out of her. Obviously, the 2 I'd recommend for her, as I was saying, she's an arts character, arts damage dealer, is Formal Craft. Of course, any arts-based unit loves Formal Craft. And another ending. Another ending because it gives you that arts boost and gives you a crit damage boost. She's all about critting because she's an assassin and she's all about her arts cards. So another ending I'd actually recommend over Formal Craft just because for that one reason. Only that reason. Other CEs would be fine too. You know, some people might use Prisma Cosmos to get her MP a little bit. Maybe Kaleidoscope if you're trying to use her just for 1 quick turn. But I think another ending and Formal Craft are definitely the best ways to get the most out of her. As for team usage, she's great for Rider Dailies. I'll say that right now. Amazing for Rider Dailies. Super useful. Only assassin who can NP multiple characters on the field at the same time. And we're not getting another AoE assassin for a while, at least a 5-star one. But otherwise, she partners really well with your standard arts team because of her 3-turn NP damage buff. You want to be able to spam your MP. So you want characters like Waver, Tamamo, Nero Bride. They definitely play really nice with her, help her get her NP up and ready to go. You can even run her with some other attackers because she is a heavy debuffer. So, you know, she can debuff the enemy and you can use your Vlad or your Orion to pop off in damage because they'll be, you know, as if you guys haven't used Orion or Vlad, they are pretty much the 2 key arts attackers right now in globals. So if you have them, definitely useful. And having her as well, being able to lower their defense, charm them, and then increase the party's attack, she really does help out her team in that sense. And you know, it's super useful because she doesn't even need to have 20-30 on to generate crit stars. Usually, you know, I give Waver and Tamamo 20-30 so that I can get some crits going. But with her on the team, you don't have to really worry about that too much. Alright, so we went over a lot of stuff. So should you pull for Shuten Douji? In my opinion, I think she's a really good unit on Global right now. She is definitely will be a really good unit. I love her personality, like I said. She does pretty good damage, but she is very NP-centric. So many people may have trouble using her because they can't get her to use her MP fast enough. They might not have like art support, like Waver, Hans, etc., or like might not have leveled them. But honestly, the thing with Fate, you can always use your friend's Waver, and just doing that she'll put in a lot of work. The reason why I say it's tough to say 100%, I think she's worth pulling for. I'll say that right now. I think she is worth pulling for. The only reason why I would be hesitant is because there are a couple events coming up. We have Anniversary coming up sometime in June. We have the Raikou event coming up after this one, I believe, or after Anniversary, whatever happens first. And then we have Summer coming up. These are all good units. But if you need an assassin, a good assassin, you should definitely take some time and think about pulling her. Because most of the assassins are the 5-star assassins are limited. The only one who isn't is Jack. So when a 5-star assassin is here and rated up, it's usually worth trying to get him a little bit. She definitely gets the Whataweeb seal of approval. And yeah, no, so definitely I think she is definitely worth pulling for. If you have the Quartz laying around to pull for her, you saved a little bit for her, definitely not a bad choice. Definitely not a bad choice. And I really do hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe to become a weeb today. I'm just trying to share my thoughts about Fate Grand Order, about the new banners and stuff before we do a pull video on it, because we don't talk about it in the pull video too much, so I want to make sure I mention it beforehand. So if you guys do like these kinds of videos, let us know in the comment section below. But honestly, check us out on Twitch and Twitter. We are streaming a lot more. We just hit 50 followers on Twitch. We're going to get affiliate status. I'm really happy about that. But yeah, this has been Durka, and Sayonara.